Hi, everyone. This is Linda Miner, Ruby Director and Founder with Jeunesse Global, coming to you live from Vancouver, Canada. I'm very excited to be doing this presentation for our team in India today and for other people around the world who are interested in having a business in India. Such a great opportunity is starting in this country. We have to realize that India has 1.2 billion people. So the opportunity is amazing. And what I discovered when I was in India is that people there are entrepreneurs. They want to have their own business. They're hungry for a great business, a business that they can count on, products that work, a company that will pay them, and the opportunity to have a global business. And of course, Jeunesse is going to offer all of those things to the people of India. So I'm going to share a PowerPoint with you today that's going to discuss generally about Jeunesse and then specifically about what is happening in India and how the compensation plan is going to work, what the products are going to be, the pricing, the packages, etc. So let's go ahead and just jump right in to the PowerPoint here. Oh, that's not the PowerPoint, that's my chat. Okay, so let me get the, hang on a second, get the slideshow going here from the beginning. Okay, so here it is. We are about to discover Jeunesse and learn more about just this amazing company and the opportunity that's going to be available for all of you. So let's start by talking about our founders, Randy Ray, Wendy Lewis, and Scott Lewis. So Wendy and Randy started the company with another business partner 7 years ago. September 9th, 2009 was the start of this company, and they are just amazing people. They had a previous business before where they had built the compensation plan for other network marketing companies and then managed that compensation plan and the back office for those network marketing companies. So when people called in to customer support, they actually got Wendy and Randy's business to speak to on behalf of those other businesses. And they sold that business for $100 million and retired. And they retired for about a year and traveled around the world and had a great time, but then they got really bored and were looking for a new project. And as it happened, Randy Ray needed a knee replacement, but he wanted to do stem cell therapy to start with to see if that would help. And so they found a doctor in California named Dr. Nathan Newman, who was doing stem cell research at that time. And they went to him to talk about getting stem cells for Randy's knee. But while they were there, they discovered that Dr. Newman was making a skincare line with stem cell technology, adult stem cell technology. And they had a conversation with him and said, hey, let's start a business. And so they came out of retirement and started Jeunesse in the effort to help all of us have a better life. They didn't need the money. They had their 100 million from their previous business. So they did this because they really wanted to create an opportunity to help people in the world. So Wendy Lewis is a mathematical genius. She has a PhD in statistics. So she built the Jeunesse compensation plan to be the best in the world. Randy Ray is a genius in his own right. He built the computer system that was sold to NASA, the space organization, that allowed the space shuttle to make it into outer space. And so these two people are absolutely brilliant, and we have them behind us, supporting us all the way. And Scott Lewis is Wendy's son. He's our Chief Visionary Officer. When I first saw Scott speak on stage in March of 2013, he said at that time, Jeunesse will be a $1 billion company. And at that time, Jeunesse had done about 150 million in sales. And so we were sort of wondering, $1 billion, really? Is that going to happen? But you can see his job title, Chief Visionary Officer. He had the vision for Jeunesse to go to $1 billion, and he was right. And we're going to learn a little bit more about that. So here's Wendy and Randy again. They're just the nicest people that you could possibly imagine. They're so sweet, and they really have huge hearts And they're not in this for the money. They are really in this to help people have a better life. And there's Scott again, such a great person, really a gentleman, very intelligent, fantastic vision for what this company is going to do. And here's the vision for the entire company. The Jeunesse family creates positive impact in the world by helping people look and feel young while empowering each other to unleash our potential. This is the vision they have for all of us, to empower us to become the best that we can possibly be and to give us the opportunity to achieve that. And we are a global family. On this call today, we've got people from, of course, I'm from Canada. We've got some people here from South Africa and people here from India. I mean, we're just covering the globe. My personal business also extends into Brazil, the UK, Turkey, Israel, Chile, Australia, New Zealand. Actually, I don't even know all the countries. Oh, Singapore, that's another big market for me. We really have an opportunity to build around the world. And this is so important because things can change in different countries. The political situation can change. The economic situation can change. So to be able to build a business all around the world and to diversify our income is a brilliant opportunity. And for such a small price, I mean, if you wanted to start a business in another country, can you imagine all the legal situations you'd have to go through, the accounting, setting up warehouses, building distribution networks, going through all the documentation? I mean, you just couldn't do it. It would be impossible to build businesses all around the world. But here, for a very small price, we have an opportunity to build in over 140 countries. And I'm very much looking forward to India changing color on this map and showing up here as well as one of our markets. We have 34 global offices. So what that means is we have support in different languages. So if you are in Colombia or somewhere in South America and you want to speak Spanish, then you can call the Colombia office and get support in Spanish. If you are Chinese, you can call the Hong Kong office or the Taiwan office. There's support in every language and just warehouses as well around the world to be shipping from those warehouses. So products not shipping just from the US, it's shipping inside of all of these markets. And of course, in India, we will be shipping from Delhi. So 7 years as of last September. So we're just coming up on our 8th year. And this is Scott Lewis saying 1 billion and beyond. I've heard him say it many times, and we are really just at the beginning. So in 2016, Jeunesse did 1.4 billion just in that year. That's not cumulative sales. That was just in 2016. And in total, since Jeunesse began in 2009, we've done 3 billion in sales. So sometimes people will ask me the question, does Jeunesse make good products? This is your answer right here. 3 billion US in sales in 7 years. You can't do that unless you have good products. So this number speaks for itself. This tells us how great the products are, how great the demand is for these products, and just look at the comparison. Now, I want to point specifically to Apple Computer. So it took Apple 6 years to reach $1 billion, and it took Jeunesse 6 years to reach $1 billion. Now, what is Apple selling? Computers, phones. Those are very expensive items. An Apple computer can cost anywhere from $3,000 to $6,000 per computer, and an iPhone is $600 to $1,000 US dollars. So compare that to what we are selling at Jeunesse. We're selling skincare that ranges from $30 to $100. So how much skincare and supplements did we have to sell to achieve $1 billion compared to Apple selling computers that average $4,000 or $5,000? It's amazing when you think about it. Just stop for a moment and do that calculation. If a bottle of serum costs approximately $100 and we did 1 billion in 1 year, how many bottles of serum did Jeunesse sell? It is truly remarkable to think about what this company has accomplished in such a short period of time. And we just recently were ranked number 14 on the Direct Selling News Global 100. This is incredible after just 7 years to have reached the rank of number 14. When you look at the other companies that are in the top 20, many of them are 20 or 30 years old, and Jeunesse is only 7 years old. And we're ranked number 481 on the Inc. 500 list. Now, Inc. 500 is America's fastest growing private companies. It's very important that Jeunesse is a private company because it means we have no shareholders that we are answering to. When a company is listed on the stock exchange, they have to answer to shareholders. So profit becomes the most important thing, and paying the shareholders becomes the most important part of their number one priority. We don't want that. We want a company where we're the number one priority, and with Jeunesse being a private company, we can be. So Jeunesse is the only company in the direct selling industry to have made this list on the Inc. 500. And it's the third consecutive year that we have achieved this. 228 awards and counting. This is absolutely remarkable. So many of these awards, like the Communicator Awards and the Telly Awards, we are going up against companies like Apple, like Sony, who are making television commercials or different types of advertising, and we're in the same competition with them with our advertising, and we're winning these competitions. And Wendy Lewis has just been named Woman of the Year again. I mean, this company is really behind us to create marketing materials and product information and just products in general that are going to help all of us to achieve greatness. In 2016, 117 awards. Just remarkable. And we've already won so many in 2017. It'll be great to see what the tally is for this year. And here is the vision that we have. Now, Scott Lewis has said 1.68 billion for 2017. Once India opens, let's see what happens. I anticipate that could be even bigger, but here are his projections for the next 4 years, 20% growth per year. Now, if you could invest money in the stock market in a stock that you knew what was growing at 20%, you would put all of your money into that company. So I encourage you to put all of your efforts into this company because it is going to pay you big time to give it everything that you've got. Now, of course, one of the great things about Jeunesse is that we support Jeunesse Kids and the We organization, charities all around the world. I was very fortunate to be able to take my girls to Africa last year, to Kenya, to visit the village that we support in Kenya. And we know that Jeunesse is going to be doing great things in India. Here is the school that was built in China. Jeunesse has already indicated that they will be involved with very specific organizations inside of India to be doing this kind of work as well. And people can participate on the trips like I went on with my daughters. You will be able to travel to the villages that Jeunesse is supporting and be able to help with building the schools or the medical facilities or wherever they need help at that time. And this year, people can travel to Kenya again if they want to, and I'm sure next year there'll be another trip planned as well. Here's our medical advisory board. This is an incredible group of doctors. Dr. Nathan Newman is the plastic surgeon who designed the stem cell technology for our Luminous skincare. Actually, he is doing a presentation in North America tonight, an online webinar. So I hope some of you will be able to watch that, and I will post the recording for that. Dr. Vincent Giampapa has been nominated twice for a Nobel Prize in medicine for his work in anti-aging. He is a world-renowned anti-aging doctor. In fact, he created the term anti-aging. He was the first doctor to ever use that term and write books on the subject. Dr. Amsalog is in Europe, and he is a very famous doctor and author from Europe, and he has fantastic videos on YouTube called the Longevity Network, longevity series of videos that go through all of the products, and he explains in detail how they work. And you can find all of those videos on my Youth Restored website under the training tab. And Dr. Donna Antar has 3 medical degrees, not just one, but 3 medical degrees. And she has been instrumental in designing many of the Jeunesse products, including the Zen product line for weight loss, which is gradually making its way around the world, and I'm sure will be in India soon. And we need it in India because there's a huge epidemic of diabetes in India. So we're going to start by talking about the Luminesse. This is the adult stem cell technology skincare. This not only protects your skin, it also helps to repair and rejuvenate the skin. We can see 2 examples here of women who have used the product. So the woman on the top, her name is Lynn. She's from Texas in the US. So she had quite heavy wrinkling, deep lines in her face. And after 4 months of using the full line of Luminesse products, you can see the picture on the right, how much her skin has changed. It's almost hard to believe that it's the same person. In the second picture, this is a very technical type of photography. It was originally used for semiconductors, to look for microscopic cracks in semiconductors, and now it's used on skin to do pre-screening for skin cancer and other issues. So you can see with this client, the picture on the left is before the Luminesse, and then the picture on the right is after 2 months of using the Luminesse. And the number of deep lines and wrinkles and skin discoloration has changed quite dramatically. And we can see that with the blue lines on the face from the that special photography. Instantly Ageless, of course, we're very excited about this product. This product has changed people's lives, making people look 10 or even 20 years younger, getting rid of the fine lines and wrinkles and deep bags under the eyes. People love this product. Of course, this is a cosmetic product, so it doesn't, it's a temporary fix. The Luminesse helps us to have long-term results, but the Instantly Ageless, as its name says, is an instant result that people can use on a daily basis to get that nice, smooth, firm skin texture that they're looking for. And there's a new app that we have for the iPhones and iPads, and it'll be coming for Android soon, where you can share your results and see other people's results. Reserve, I believe, will be the biggest seller in India. It is the biggest seller in China and most of the Asian market, and that is because, I believe, because of the level of pollution in those countries. And of course, India has that problem, which we'll talk about in a minute here. So it's a very powerful antioxidant. 1 packet of Reserve is equivalent to 168 bottles of red wine in terms of the resveratrol content that is in there. Now, of course, nobody could drink 168 bottles of wine, especially in 1 day, which is all this pouch requires, is just 1 serving a day to be able to get that equivalent. So it is so powerful. And why do we need that? Because India is breathing a toxic cocktail. Look how many people are dying every year because of air pollution. And certainly I experienced some of this, especially in Delhi and Mumbai. The sky is brown there. I was actually quite shocked by it. And you can see that people are aging quickly in India, aging faster than they should be because of the amount of pollution. So Reserve is going to be an incredibly important product. When people ask me about different diseases, we cannot make any kind of claim about Reserve in terms of what it can do, except to say that we know because of the clinical study called the CAP-E test that Reserve reduces oxidative stress in the body by more than 50%. Well, what does oxidative stress do in our body? It leads to really every kind of disease that you can imagine. So when people ask about cancer or arthritis or any other, Parkinson's, kidney disease, any of these, we cannot, let me say that again, we cannot say that Reserve can fix that or cure that. What we can say is that oxidative stress leads to disease, and Reserve has been clinically proven to reduce oxidative stress by more than 50%. That is the answer that we can provide. And it does that by its antioxidant protection that protects the cell membrane. So the sun, pollution from cars, stress, poor diet, all of those things can break down the cell wall and cause toxins to penetrate into our cells and even kill our cells. Antioxidants help to provide a protective layer around our cells to prevent that damage from happening. Now here's the full youth enhancement system. I'm not going to go through all of these products because we have lots of videos that can explain these. But over time, these products will become available around the world. The process is based on the government of the country that we're bringing the products into, because these products have to receive approval. Skincare is easy because it's not being consumed. But products like Reserve, Infinity, and Zen, we're taking those inside our body, and so those have to be approved by the health authorities in different countries. So India has their very specific health authority that is right now looking at the Reserve, and we expect to have that approved by September. The other products will come gradually over time as those approvals are met. So we're just quickly now going to talk about how you make the money. I have compensation plan videos specific to the entire world of Jeunesse and then specific to India, because India is a little bit different due to government regulations about how we can make money there. But basically what we're talking about here is the most trusted form of marketing, which is word of mouth. So when you go and see a good movie, you tell your friends about it. When you eat in a restaurant and you have good food, you tell your friends about it. Before I came to India, I was told over and over again I had to watch Bahubali. And at first I didn't really want to, because I didn't know how to understand an Indian movie, and I couldn't, it was only in Hindi. But people kept saying, no, you have to watch Bahubali, you have to. It's the most watched movie in the history of India. And so finally I found a version that had English subtitles, and so of course I watched it, and it was great and very entertaining. But I never would have watched that if people had not been encouraging me to do that. And that is what we do. We encourage people to watch movies or go to restaurants that we also have enjoyed. And the people who recommended that I watch Bahubali did not make any money from that. But when we recommend Jeunesse products, we can make money. So instead of spending money on advertising and paying movie stars and supermodels to advertise our product, we get paid for advertising our product. So there are 6 ways to make income. The second way is the only one I'm going to talk about here in this video. I've already made a video on this for India and for the rest of the world, but just to quickly cover the first sales target bonus. So the way that this works, this is a requirement by the Indian government that everyone make money as quickly as possible, and to be, as you invite people to join your team, that the person who does the inviting makes money, but also the new person who signs up makes money back immediately. So as a new distributor, you can earn a first sales target bonus by selling product packages to your first customer, and your sponsor will also earn a bonus as he or she trains you. So this is, again, different, and we're going to learn more about this as India launches. But what we want to show people is that they can start to earn money on a weekly basis by sponsoring people every week. So potentially, The sponsor and the new distributor can get paid weekly anywhere from 810 to 8,125 rupees. So this is just the portion of the plan, the sales target bonus, that explains this a little bit more here. And so what we're looking at is the different packages, and I'll show you those packages in a moment here. The packages, we have a basic package, Supreme, Jumbo, and Ambassador. And you can see that if someone buys the basic package, then the first sales target bonus to the distributor is 810 rupees, and the first sales target bonus to the sponsor is 810 rupees. So in the rest of the world, all of that bonus goes to the sponsor. But in India, we're splitting it 50-50, so that 50% goes to the new distributor and 50% goes to the sponsor. So when people buy the ambassador package, which is what we recommend for people who are serious about the business, 8,125 rupees go to the new distributor and the same to the sponsor. So here are the packages. Now, for people who are really serious about this business, which I know all of you are, the ambassador package is the best way to go. If you calculate the price of the products compared to what the price of this package is, it's a really good deal. You're going to get a lot of product, and you're going to want that product right away, because you're going to want to demonstrate the product on customers, people who you're wanting to invite into this business. And you can also turn around and sell it right away and make some of your money back. This also gives you 500 points, which is more than enough to activate you in the business. And as you invite people into your team and have them join with the ambassador package, and they earn 500 points, this means that you're going to start to make team commissions very, very quickly, and also to be able to make matching bonuses, because you'll be a sapphire for 180 days. You'll be paid as if you are a sapphire. So that means you can start to make matching bonuses right away. So if everyone is buying the ambassador package, people are going to start to make team commissions, which means you can start to make matching bonuses. This is a fantastic package. The next level is the jumbo package, a little bit less expensive at 67,000 rupees, and then the Supreme package and the basic package. So basic package could be for someone who just wants some skincare, but they don't want to do the product or don't want to build the business. That's fine. But for people who want to build the business, I would expect them to get the ambassador package. Here is the pricing on each of the products, and let me just move that down there. You can see the difference between the wholesale price and the retail price, and these are inclusive of GST. Now, there was a delay in shipping product to India because of the implementation of this new GST. So the packaging needed to be adjusted for the India market because of the GST, which, as you all know, started July 1st. So that did create a bit of a delay, but now the product has been made, it's been packaged, and it's being shipped to India, and it should be arriving in the middle of August, which is very exciting. So that gives us 3 weeks to really push hard and get our teams in place, ready to go, so that when the launch happens, when the product launch happens in the middle of August, everyone can immediately start making money, immediately go jade, pearl, sapphire, etc. Start working up the ranks, and let's arrive at the September 23rd event in Delhi with a whole huge team of sapphires in place. This is about the team commissions. Having the 300 points on one side, 600 points on the other leads to that team commission of 2,275 rupees. So again, I have another video on the compensation plan specifically for India that goes into more detail about this. Here is where the leadership matching bonuses come in. So again, for the September 23rd launch in Delhi, we want as many people as possible to be Sapphire, maybe even Sapphire Elite, which is totally possible. If you get everyone in your team buying ambassador packages, we're going to see people moving up these ranks extremely quickly. So, and if you follow my guidelines in the rank, how to achieve ranks in Jeunesse, if you watch that video, you will learn how to go Sapphire. It only takes 36 people in your team to go Sapphire if you structure it properly. And then we can start to talk about the lifestyle rewards that come from being in this business. This is a picture of the diamond trip that they do every year to Bora Bora. Look at the color of that water. I have been on a number of the Jeunesse lifestyle rewards trips. I've been to Mexico. I've been to Singapore. And pardon me, these are first class trips. These are just absolutely amazing. The company goes all out to reward us for our efforts. So we want as many people from India as possible on our reward trips. Here's what's needed. Now in the Northeast, of course, it's going to be a little bit different, but for the rest of the country, people need to have their Aadhaar card. This is a new government requirement that I'm sure you're all very aware of, but this is to help reduce corruption inside of India. So this is very good news for India. We know that Jeunesse is a legitimate company because they are requiring the Aadhaar card. Now, in the 2 states in the Northeast where Aadhaar registration is not available, we're going to be allowed to do tax IDs, and we're just waiting for the IT department to finish that structure so that we can be registering that way. Proof of address can be your tax ID card. It could be the back of your Aadhaar card. It could be a phone bill or any kind of official document that has your address on it. We need to see a canceled check for the direct deposit into your bank account when you earn money, and a photograph. And again, these are all requirements to make sure that you are who you say you are, and that there are no people having 2, 3, 4 different memberships in Jeunesse. We're only allowed to have 1 membership in Jeunesse, 1 per family. So you cannot register your spouse as a separate person. So if you have a husband or wife, you are a team. You can only have 1 membership as a husband and wife. You cannot have 2. The FSSAI registration is for people who want to sell the products like Reserve or the other products that are consumables like the Zen or the Finity once they come to India. So if you are a doctor or a naturopath or any kind of have any kind of shop where you're hoping to be able to sell the products inside your shop, you must do the FSSAI registration. So I would recommend that everyone just go ahead and do that registration. Just fill out the form online, get it done, and then you won't have to worry about having any issues. The PAN number is now going to be optional. The Aadhaar is required, but the PAN is optional. And then if you're a private company, you can see what the other requirements are for companies to register, which is absolutely fine if you want to register as a company. And all of these documents need to be verified by customer service in order to take your business off of the hold status. Worldmark 2 is where our offices are going to be in Delhi. We're very excited to be having our offices in this very prestigious building in one of the nicest parts of Delhi. It's going to be absolutely beautiful. We already have 6 staff members in place who will be working there, and there will be office space for us to do meetings when people are in Delhi. In terms of shipping the product, it will be held at a FedEx warehouse. So we have made a deal with FedEx Corporation to keep the product in one of their warehouses. So Jeunesse does not have to organize its own warehouse, which will save us money. And the product will ship directly from that FedEx warehouse to your home when you order the product. And here are different ways to stay connected. We've got the J-Mobile app on the phone. I have lots of videos on the Youth Restored website that you can access that teach you how to use your phone to be able to send videos, documents, text messages, etc. to your contacts. And then we also have our J Office, which allows us to check the status of our businesses and send messages and emails from there as well. So what are we going to do? We're going to choose the package or product that we want to purchase. So as soon as the product is shipping inside India, everyone needs to go right away and figure out what package they're going to get. And again, I'm recommending the ambassador package. You're going to set up your auto ship so that every month you're receiving 60 points, 60 CV worth of product. That would be one box of the serum, or sorry, one box of reserve or a bottle of the serum to get that 60 points. And then you're going to, of course, start using the products and showing people your amazing results. Make sure you take pictures of your face before you start using the products so you can show people those before and after results. And then you're going to share the products and the opportunity, and you're going to start a new tomorrow, start a new life. So we can connect on Facebook, Instagram. You've got the customer service number here, india@jeunessehq.com. And of course, you always have me to connect with. So I'm going to stop my sharing here and come back to all of you. And if anyone has any questions about that, please let me know. I wanted to show you the size of a packet of reserve. That's how big it is. It's quite small. And what you do is you just tear off the top and you put it in your mouth and you drink it. It's a gel package. So it kind of, it's very fruity. It kind of tastes like cherries or blueberries. And it's a wonderful taste. It's really nice if you keep it in the fridge to keep it cool. But it's so powerful. And I take this every morning. As soon as I wake up, I go into the kitchen, I open up the fridge, I take one of these, and it starts the day right. This is what the packaging looks like for the serum. And here's the daily moisturizer, a little bit bigger bottle for that. And this is the night cream. So the serum typically lasts about 1 month. But the other products like the night cream, for me at least, it lasts maybe 4 months or 5 months. So once you have your set of products in the beginning, then having the serum as your auto ship product is fine because you don't need to order these other ones every month. They'll last a long time. But the serum you will want to get every month. And the reserve comes in a box like this, 30 of the sachets in the box. So that can also be your auto ship. I get both because I want both. And I believe in India, there's also going to be a box of reserve that just has 10 sachets in it. I guess that's in case people can't afford the full box, but I do recommend taking it every day if you can. So, oh, and this is the box of the Instantly Ageless. They have changed the packaging recently. There's going to be a new box. And in India, it's going to be in the vials. So that's what the packaging looks like. So the way this works is that you twist off the top of it. Okay, so then you have a separate piece, and the Instantly Ageless is inside there. And then this cap fits over top of it. Turn it upside down, it fits over top. And now you have a lid on there. So let me just show you that again. So it starts out like this. You take that off and then flip it over, and it goes like that. And you have a lid. Because this will last you a few days, depending on how much you're using. Could last 2 or 3 days. So that's a great packaging. So that's how it's going to be. So it'll be a box like this of 25 of these. And as I said, these will last you 2, 3, 4 days, depending on how much you use. So that is the product that will be available, shipping from the middle of August. The launch for Jeunesse, the official launch dates are going to be September 23rd in Delhi and September 25th in Mumbai. So we're just waiting to get confirmation of the location for those events. For myself personally, now that I know those dates and we know approximately when the product is going to start shipping, my plan will change a little bit, and I will probably come to India for the beginning of September. I'm going on a cruise from August 27th to September 3rd. So I'm thinking now that I'll come to India probably September 4th or 5th and travel around for 2 weeks leading up to the event on September 23rd in Delhi. So if you want me to come to your area, and do a meeting for your team, then please let me know. I would want to have a minimum of 100 people at an event in order for me to travel to your city to be able to do a meeting there. But if you can organize that, then that'll be great. And I look forward to coming and meeting all of you. And we will work on that schedule as we get closer to the date and once we know that the product is definitely shipping. So I'm going to now just check the participants here and see if anyone has any questions. If you have a question, you can type it into the chat if you want to. But otherwise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording and then I can open up the chat for the people who are here. But for the rest of you, I hope you have enjoyed this recording. As always, you can connect with me on WhatsApp and let me know any of your questions or comments that you have about Jeunesse. All right, I look forward to seeing all of you very soon when I return to India.